The final just had its brand new update 4.7. We'll go over all the new details as well as the community updates. Additionally, we'll cover some of the feedback from the Halloween event. Or last up, we'll end on some lighthearted things from the community, as well as a whole bunch more. What's up, world? It's Utopia back in with another video. Today we're checking out all things the finals. Okay, so let's just jump right into it. Get an update 4.7, where as usual we have our updates from both Oscar and the patch notes. Starting off here from Oscar on the Discord, where he goes on to say, while we're saying goodbye to all things Halloween. I wonder where he got that catchphrase from. Moving back though, he says the wheel will remain for 2 more days. That's to give everyone a chance to redeem their last tickets. Additionally, they will be handing out tickets to those affected by a rare issue where they would not earn tickets on contract completions shortly after this update is out. So you should have received that compensation by now if you haven't already. And again, you'll have 2 additional days to actually spend your tickets, but I believe that doesn't include contracts. So you're not going to be able to earn any more tickets, but you'll still have those 2 additional days to actually spend them. Moving on though, and jumping to the patch notes side of things, where of course they do mention the new store update, and they say suit up with the synth sprawler to bring futuristic flair to the arena, or add a playful punch with the playtime payload set for your 50 akimbos. For those who love precision, the Jungle Jam has you covered with the timing perfect animations. And as they mention here, we do have the new synth sprawler set, which is that full combo set there. We have the paytime payload set for the 50 akimbos, which also does give us the Jungle Jam animation set. And speaking of the playtime payload set, we did have this subreddit post talking about these, where they do actually have a unique sound effect tied to them. There's also a little Space Invaders pew pew sound when they do shoot. As a commenter mentioned here though, it is pretty subtle, but they also have like a little unique animation with them as well. So pretty cool overall, and these are super detailed. Jumping back to the patch notes side of things, where they say last up here, plus we're just a day away from week 2 of the Unresolved Cup in the World Tour, and this week there'll be a community focus on fashion. Of course, keep an eye out for Thursday's notes to catch all the info with that, where we do have our new World Tour update, and I will be covering that as well. We do have a few community mentionables about the update 4.7. This one's actually been a problem since the last update. We're at the ending showcase here, where it shows the little imagery for the map. It actually still says proudly sponsored by Holto, when it should say Isolt. So a bit of a mistake there. I thought they would fix it this week, but more than likely we're just going to have to wait until next week. Or that fix could actually come tomorrow with the Thursday World Tour update, since this does pertain to World Tour in general, which would make more sense. They might leave this, we're not for sure. It's a small detail there that didn't get fixed. There's also some more notable bugs that haven't been fixed with the 4.7 update. One of those, as a commenter here points out, is the infinite gun sound bug. That's been happening since the last update. However, as another commenter points out here, that bug has been coming and going since the open beta of last year. However, it does seem much worse now and is happening more frequently. Hopefully they do try and narrow that one down. Of course, it's not like a super priority. This is just an audio bug and issue, but it can be very annoying to some, so I do hope they fix that sooner than later. An actual major bug though, and one that I addressed several updates ago, which, as a commenter here points out, Xbox has not been able to choose their classes pre-match. So before you actually load into the map, depending on what playlist you go into, you can actually change to either a heavy, light, or medium, or whatever setup you have, or your pre-selected loadouts, which can help with team comp issues, and especially if you're a solo queuer. As they mention here, this does seem like a big disadvantage, especially if you're not able to coordinate with a team. So hopefully that is fixed overall. However, we do have a Reddit comment here from someone who claims to be an Embark developer, and I have also somewhat verified this, as they do have the Embark role over on the official finals Discord, so it does seem like this is for certain an Embark developer. They do mention here though that they are aware of this issue and hopefully have a fix for the next release 4.8. They're sorry for any problems caused by this. They made sure the code around here is tighter to make it not come back as well. So trying to do a full fix here so that this problem never comes back. It does seem like in the recent years, Xbox is becoming harder and harder to program for, which is almost like it flipped from the PS3 era, where devs said it was harder to program on that platform. Again, take that with a grain of salt. That's just from what I've kind of seen with a lot of games recently. That could also be due in part to the Xbox Series S parity, although that mostly probably pertains to graphical issues. Someone also mentions here that since the 4.6.0 update, their Series X performance has been getting worse. However, as another commenter points down here, that a lot of the Xboxes will actually go into sleep mode. Even when you hit the power button, they'll just go into a sleep mode. Even the Xbox One did this. You actually have to unplug your console from the wall and give it about 30 seconds to fully power down, as Xbox has had that sleep mode feature since the Xbox One, so it does seem like they carried that over to the Series X. And even if you have the sleep mode feature turned off like I do on my Xbox One, it doesn't power off all the way. In fact, I'll hear my Xbox One making noise kind of consistently even when it's powered down. So you do need to actually unplug it from the wall, let it completely power down. That should potentially help some performance issues there. Obviously not a for sure fix with that, but hopefully that does fix some of your issues if you've been having performance issues. Moving on though, we've had some feedback from the community, this especially pertaining to the Halloween cosmetic event. Of course, there's been some controversy around this new event and system, as Embark has actually leaned into a gacha system, but as mentioned before, this is only cosmetic. We have a poster that did blow up, it eventually did get locked. This person said here, 0 daily tickets missed, Embark never do this again. They also want a pity system, or at least everything viable with VRs. The last part of their poster says we're not made of money. However, in a joking manner, someone did point out, daily reminder that we are in fact made of money. Of course, when you are eliminated, you do dissipate into coins. But in a non-joking matter, I do understand some of their points here. However, this game does cosmetic only purchases, which I do think needs to be praised, at least in 2024 and going into 2025. A lot of games that I play nowadays are very pay to win and have leaned heavily into that. So the fact that we're finally getting games that are free to play but not pay to win, I think should be praised overall. I do agree with this ending point here that there should be a potential pity system, but I do understand why everything is not purchasable or at least viable with the in-game currency VRs. And as another post points out here that people are just a little bit much about the cosmetics. Of course, they mentioned the same things I just talked about, it not being pay to win, and it's a free game, and that's the monetization system. Embark is also pretty good with the amount of free stuff they give away, especially comparative to a few of the other games that I play. A lot of cosmetics are not free, and nearly 90% are not free, so I'm not surprised they leaned into the gacha system, and I actually think it's okay as long as nothing is pay to win. Of course, there are arguments there, and I don't feel like jumping into that anymore. I do, of course, miss the days of $60 games with $40 map packs, and years worth of earnable cosmetics, although I doubt we ever get back to that state, so I'll take what we have for right now as long as they are just cosmetic only and not pay to win. I do get people's frustration, but I understand why they're going down this monetization route, especially when the game's popularity does need to pick up quite a bit if they do want to maintain all the things, the server-sided stuff, so I get why they're increasing the funding a little bit there. Last up here though, on a more lighthearted note, we do have some stuff from the community. First up here is somebody actually made chocolate finals cookies. Now at first I thought these were just 3D printed, but it looks like they made their own mold and they actually made some chocolate cookies, or they actually did use a 3D printer, but then they made a silicone mold of that and they filled that with chocolate. This looks really cool and it actually came out quite detailed. This was done by the subreddit user of Raid9Shark. So shout out to them. I'm sure people would buy these by the lot, especially if they were offered in a local store. Of course, with all of my videos, we do have the last minute mentionable here, which is showcasing those skins from my finals Discord. Of course, Halloween did end quite a bit ago, but we still have some more kind of quote-unquote cosplays. I've also always liked this idea for the outfits. This one here by Crypto showcases Marcus Holloway from Watch Dogs 2. It's actually really close to the character overall. I think they did this one really well. It's also very highly upvoted over on my Discord. Last up here we have one by BT7274. I hope we can figure out how to screenshot properly next time. But we do have a showcase here with the Transformer and Samurai outfit. I think it works overall, but hopefully next time you can figure out the screenshot feature. Overall, it does about cover for today's video. If you like and subscribe, and into the next one. Deuce!